Afternoon tea. Well, munching and running. Virgo. Virgo. Your reading today for January 2018. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to try and tune into your energy. I'm trying to do 4 a day over the next 3 days. So this is day 1, and it's because I want you guys to be able to interact, ask questions at the end. This may become a regular trend, depending on, you know, obviously how I'm traveling with the videos, if I've got time. I have found that the clientele has actually, like, grown. So this might become a regular trend where these videos actually are live. Now, if you are wanting to book a reading, you can go through to the website. The link won't be directly below this video till after the point, but you can look on the other videos at the actual website link. Now, there is a shop connected to it that has chakra products, smudge sticks, charcoal soaps, lots of different products really, and new products will be added as the shop kind of does grow in the new year. I have contacted a supplier to have chakra teas. There's definitely going to be soaps as well, tarot cards. It's getting there, but basically the postage has been changed. Now the time frame for delivery has changed as well, because I've changed kind of people that actually do the delivery. So it is anywhere between 7 and 14 days, and that's for handling. So if you do buy, whether it be, hi Justine, be it here in Australia or anywhere else in the world, it's a flat rate of $30. Generally speaking, to you know, ship a 1 kilo product is up to $70 to $90. So, you know, I'm taking a cut for you guys so you can get the products that you need. And obviously, as the shop grows, I can change suppliers again, not suppliers, freight, where it will be cheaper again. I will be adding a donation button to the shop, as per my lovely client Jen, who has suggested to me I should be more able to receive. So she has educated me on the, not only the power of giving, but the power of receiving. So that will be on there soon as well. Now, each time it clocks over 1,000 mark on YouTube, I will be doing a live session for free readings, and that's my gift back to you guys. That's my gratitude to you guys. So I will give you a heads up when that happens, but keep an eye on it, how it flows. Please like, share and subscribe. And as the channel grows, we will be able to give more gifts. Twin flame reading will be done sometime in the next week. Otherwise, feel free to jump through and book a reading. Virgos, what's been going on with you guys? There's certain things you guys need to address. Now, there has been divine timing. There's also been something in the midst that you know is coming, that you've been waiting. I wouldn't say you're actually waiting. You actually don't want it to transpire. But it's something you know that is coming and will need to be addressed. This is one area in your life. Now, this is about movement. This is about a sense of change. Now, with this change, you're not wanting this change, but you know it's an aspect of life. You know the change is coming. It's scaring you because you know you're going to have to spring into action. Now, this can be a change within your workplace. It can be a change connected to work. It can be a change at home. It's just a change in general. Now, with this change, it's what you're aware of. It feels the forward motion connected to that is beginning in January. So it's almost like you know it's coming and you're feeling it in January and you're saying, oh, I don't really want to deal with this, but I know it's coming and I'm going to have to address it. And again, for you, I do feel this could be a bit of a headache. It can be something that you've been dealing with that has been a headache. There's some aspects of healing going on as well. Some of the things you don't feel are, you know, in your ball court, your fault or your problem. You need to look deeper. You need to step back and look at it from an external point of view, not through your eyes, through other people's points of view, in order to assess the situation. But I do feel the key to the situation is actually listening. And, you know, having a third person's perspective, not necessarily the key people involved, but maybe an external person to actually help you process the information and what you need to directly address. Hope this is relevant for you in a sense that you're understanding. Sometimes you've got to wait for January to come. I do feel movement connected to home, connected to the way you're going to live, finances as well, but it's planning. Some things at a financial level have not been flowing according to plan. Some things in family have not been flowing according to plan. And a lot of that is going to be addressed in January. Most of it you've been leaving for others, in a sense, to kind of do their part, which some of it they have, some of it they haven't, and some of it you're actually going to have to step into action in some shape or form. Now, it may be that, you know, you're the breadwinner and your partner, if your partner is at home, it could be a role reversal. It may be that you're needing to, I do see regular appointments coming up in January. I also see contracts being looked at as well, and connections being looked at quite heavily under the microscope. But you need to really look at it from an external point of view. You're missing a piece of the puzzle. You're missing an aspect of a story. Money. Okay. Just tuning into your energy. How are we all anyway? Have we been watching all the videos all the way through, or have we just tuned in? Europe would be quite late right now, or is it early? Vice versa. Trust me, I've literally been doing these readings all day, and I've moved from one side of the table all the way around. It's like, you know, I've been doing a 360. It's quite funny. Okay, Virgo. Virgo general life. Now, some of the kind of comments you write on here, we won't see them. But after the fact, if you wish to write a comment, feel free to write a comment. And if you have a question, when I get to it, I can read it. And I will address it. Okay. Now, connected to your family, you're going to need to look beyond a certain situation. You're looking at the flat scale, saying Earth is flat, okay? But then you come to this realization that a situation is different than what you thought. When you come to this realization, it can be that there's bandages and wounds that need to be healed. You're not going to know how to address it. You're also not going to know what to do in a sense of how to repair it. But it needed to happen. You need to understand that although things take you by surprise and it causes triggers in other people, these situations needed to happen in order for people to step into their power. But you need to look beyond the situation. Yes, Virgo. Okay, you're standing your ground. Now, this can be good and bad. It's not to say you're wrong. You're very protective, but sometimes that aspect of you being protective misses the pieces of the puzzle of where you're looking. So don't think your situation is more relevant than another's. You need to look at it from an outsider's point of view to be objective in order to see this situation, because if the roles were reversed, you know, you would want the same done towards you. So you need to look at it from this situation. Yes, you have your opinion. Yes, this person has this opinion. Yeah, Jen, wake up. No, she's going to meditate on her twin flame. Now, everything you need in your family has always been given to you. I do feel an energy external to you that is standing their ground. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. Did we wake you? You're going to hate me by the end of this. Okay, so an energy external to yourself has had to carry a lot of a load. So the energy of how they are, they have stood their ground, right? And you're being protective. but they've carried a burden. Yes, you've carried burdens, but you can't just look at your own burdens. You do need to look at the bigger story. You can't look at a puzzle and say it's complete and it's stated as such if you're only looking at the aspect of your puzzle and not the pieces where other people fit into it. Connections are connections, and there is all sides of it's. Again, I'll use the box. I don't know how the box is relevant to, you know, January, but it's coming about in most of my readings. The box. You've got to look at all angles of the box. It's got many sides. It's got the inside, it's got the outside, and you've got to look at that situation that way. But you're going to have to make a decision about how you're going to address the situation and family. You may think a decision's made already, but you do still have a sense of a decision to make. How you actually use your energy. It can be being stubborn, or looking beyond a situation, or understanding that you have everything you need. You know, and look at the big circle of how everything's come about. You know, yes, you have your story, but these other people have their story too. And unless you hear every aspect of the story, you can't form an opinion. So it feels this crosswise connected to family. And it does feel it's going to linger through till January, maybe even the end of January. Especially if the work's not done connected to that, or it's left to just stay stagnant. I'll pull a chakra card connected to that for you. Okay, you're going to get some guidance connected to this, but you need to get yourself grounded. And again, the advice is very much you need to look at it from an external point of view in order to have the clarity. You need to hear all sides of the story and give it some time in order for that healing to come through. Money. Okay. Some aspect of money is out of balance coming into January. And it might be that you are unhappy at the way it is. It can be that, you know, it's used incorrectly. But it feels a balance needs to come about in the cash component. This can be that one, if you're partnered, one's working on it more so than the other, and there's not that connection of gratitude connected to it. It can be that you have to work far too hard for it and you're not getting the benefits out of it. But some aspect of an imbalance connected to money is coming through in January. Now, your intuition's going to be key. Yes, you might be worth more. Yes, you have the tools, but you're covering it up. You're stopping your beauty and your strength from coming through connected to money. So it can be that you are not manifesting it because you don't feel the strength in order to do this, but you do have the intuition of how you can do this. In some shape or form, you're not trusting in your ability to co-create cash, and this could be within a work environment or within a team, or your ideas, but you're going to gain clarity on this and work out how you're going to do it. You're removing your energy like you have no power. You need to get grounded, connected to this. It may be that what you're doing you don't physically love, and that's why it's like what you're focusing on at the moment, be it you're physically working, or be it you're working towards working, or working at some aspect of life, whatever you're working on, you're not loving it at the moment. And you're going to be triggered too. So if something isn't vibrationally correct for you, but you've learned your lesson within that, you'll be shoved out of that situation so that you're doing what is correct. Now, the integrity connected to cash is out of balance. So it might be internally you feel that the way you're receiving money is not good enough, that you need to do something about it. You might feel that in order to have money, there's no integrity connected to it, that people aren't respecting the work you're doing. So there's an imbalance on the work front at the moment and the cash component. And the money situation for January isn't strong. But remember, January is about a foundation. You have set the foundation through the year purging. So moving into January, don't expect too much. You know, understand that February will be boding a lot better at the financial, emotional, relationship level. It's more intent to be set, and visualize it and manifest it. So in your general life, what's going to come about is you're going to hear some stories. This could be good and bad. It does feel directly connected to New Year, traveling through to January. There's going to be this aspect of reminiscing. Now, this is good and bad, but you need to see, again, all corners of a story. What you're hearing isn't necessarily the truth, and it is causing pain and fire. But you're not seeing the clarity in the background. You're just looking at the surface. You're not looking beyond. You're missing an aspect of it. The key to it is getting grounded and understand that the fire is coming from somewhere. Don't just look at the smoke, look where the fire comes from. Okay, some of your dreams have been put on hold in your general life, and it's for external situations. It can be due to money, it can be due to things that you're currently going through, but a lot you have physically placed on hold. Now that is because you have done a lot of purging this year and a lot of healing. There will be medicine in this situation. There's healing that directly comes from this, and maybe it was you needed to heal in order to move forward in life. So anything that came up in a trigger point in December was necessary to come through. Now, you don't have the clarity about what that's going to look like and where that situation, be it good or bad, is actually coming from. You don't know whether it's safe or dangerous. The waters look choppy, but it looks like it's a huge task no matter what you're going to be doing in January. You will have to really get tucked in and start doing what you need to do. This does feel like unfinished business you'll directly be dealing with. Some of it you don't want to deal with, but much of it will come out of left field where you have no choice. This can be that suddenly you're made redundant, and I'm not feeling that. It's an example. Something comes out of left field where you have to spring into action and step in. I'm hearing for another person. Yeah. Okay, and there's no peace in your current environment, and it's due to that it's causing a trigger in you in order to step into your power in different situations. It's going to feel challenging, but it's necessary for you to actually move through that energy because it's leading you to a path you're supposed to be on. I do see you really taking deep breaths and feeling very tired and feeling frustrated with dynamics of situations. Some of it you don't speak your truth. Some of it it's like as much as third person point of view, external parties, you have your opinion connected to things, and because you're visually seen in another person, it's caused a trigger. That trigger also has made you feel a certain way, and it may be you do come to a place where you do a bit of healing, and that healing is going to come through a verbal situation. But you're also going to have to, and this is on both sides and all sides, connected to family, connected to money, is that you're going to have to look at it from their perspective as well. Try not to add fuel to the fire, and if you have, you're going to have to take responsibility connected to that, because no healing will come in that situation if it can't be looked upon in a correct manner. Now this can go either way, but don't add fuel to that fire. Singles. You're very private, connected to what you're doing at the moment. I do feel as though you are holding your cards very close to your chest. You are going into hermit mode. You're not going to be allowed to go into hermit mode, I'm being shown. You're wanting to, but you're not going to be able to, and this can be due to commitments. You're going to be very verbal though, and this could be due to kind of blocks that you've had and you didn't want to address certain aspects, so it sort of is going to make you feel very agitated when you're really triggered into these places. You'll be like, well, I didn't want to address that, and I've stayed here in my bubble where it's nice and safe, and I'd prefer to be there because there's no issue here, it's safe. You're wanting balance. So sometimes you remove yourself and you think there's justice. Like, it's done, what's done's done. Now, connected in your single life, this can be that you've released something. And you've seen something that has transpired. It's almost like you're happy to hear how a situation is flowing. But there is going to be a fresh start coming towards you. Now, I do feel there is a connection to two people. It feels as though this could be a Libran energy. This could be love and separate energy. But you're wanting justice. So it's like you're hoping that someone is going to suffer. Now that sounds bad, but that's the energy that's coming through. It can be someone that's wronged you. Now you're wanting this person to suffer. And you do hear through the grapevine that things aren't going so great. This person still does want you, but there is a new energy also coming through. Now, this offer is a very good offer. The funny thing is, you're still connected to this other person, vibrationally, emotionally. Now, one of the situations is going to have to be let go of. Now, it can be purging that you're doing. It doesn't have to be an individual. It can be the balance inside you equates to you being ready for a new start with a new person. But emotionally speaking, on an aspect of purging, that has to happen. And that's between both of you. And that may be the energy of what they're physically going through. But this is what's on your side at the moment. Now, you may need to admit it to yourself where things have changed and what you're wanting and who you're wanting. And you might need to forgive and communicate connected to a person. It is time to keep balanced. And realize that you do have strength and you have grown a great deal, that you can move to the next level and be open to love. At the moment, you're feeling very free, but you might be jealous of an external situation. You might feel that, you know, what's going on and what happened in the past caused a bit of a trigger in you. If this trigger comes about, you need to work out where it comes from. You know, if you're wanting to be free, then this person, their energy, it might be in the past you were quite jealous in your energy frequency to them. And it might be they were like that to you. Now, this could be a past tense energy, not necessarily in, you know, a relationship that you had with an ex. This does feel like an ex energy coming through. For some of you, it is a person you knew from a long time ago that you didn't date. Can be a twin flame. But there is a second energy coming through. So it does feel for some of you there is two people. It might be a left or right that you're physically just deciding on. They may be going through a cycle where they're ending a situation. And it might be that it's from you. And there might be this other person who's coming in is two people. Okay? It can be that they were partnered and they're ending a cycle. It can be an emotional cycle they're ending too. When they're moving towards you, it will be with a promise of love. It will be wanting to take this to the next level. Now, it can be that they're dealing with court cases as well. So if they were partnered, it can be that they're dealing with the legalities and the aspects connected to that. And the sadness that follows that of what they've lost. Now, you're balancing two situations, and I did say to you that there was two energies coming through. So there are two people here that are romantically interested in you. Two choices, two roads, two paths. Now, you're going to pause. Because you do have the clarity, and the power is going to feel in January like it's in your hands, but it's not necessarily in your hands. It might be clarity you're waiting for. Okay, you're going to be very open with this person. You do know this person from a previous life or a previous time. Now, I'm going to pull another card for the external energy I can feel. Now, this might be an ex. Yep, two from the past. I don't know who this is. Now, this is feeling like a separate energy. Someone who knows your family. Someone who feels like family. Someone who's healing a family issue. It might be from a solo family, a one-parent family. They are attracted to you and they do feel you're their true love. This other energy is very, they've been there, like they've been with you. They have a connection to you. They know you already, okay? They feel safe in your environment. They're not optimistic though, because they know the ball's in your court, and it might be because they've done something to you. They don't care about the red flags. They still know what they want. So they're very firm in knowing what they want. They may not have verbalized it, but they do know what they want. And they're used to getting what they want. Does this make sense? It's not bad. It just feels like a very assertive sort of energy. Now, you're trying to be balanced. You know, there is going to be a declaration, right? But you are wanting your freedom. Now, there's going to be an expression. So you're going to verbalize what you're wanting. You still are assessing the facts of what you do want. This can be, you're not going to free yourself to make that decision. So you're going to assess the situation, and it can be someone from the past you won't free yourself from, which makes it difficult to make the choice between the two. Now, there are differences in culture for some of you. This can be directly connected to two different types of choices, two different value systems. But you know you deserve love. So you're in two minds. You're trying to keep an open mind, okay? You're being playful. But it's confusing you. It's almost like you're saying, well, until I can gain the clarity, maybe I should just focus on something else. Don't forget you have power. Don't feel they have the power in their ball court alone. You're not wanting to. You know, you're like, I don't know. I don't have enough clarity. I think maybe part of the story is yet to transpire. This new person does, you know, is healing family issues. They feel like family. They feel grounded, and it's cruisy. The other person is feeling like there has been situations that have been heavy, but that's also cemented you guys. It's also made you stronger in your connection, even though it's felt up and down. The new person feels you're their true love, and they are deeply attracted to you. So it's a hard one because you have the deep connection connected to history. You've also got a connection directly connected to, you know, love. So there is a left and right decision, but I do feel it's going to be a bit delayed in the sense of even making a decision. Have fun with January. If you want to book a reading, look at the other videos. The link's directly below. Hi, New Orleans. We are at the Virgo couples. I had to think about it then. See, I'm getting tired. Virgo couples. What's going on with Virgo couples? You're in Texas. I love the food. I'm very jealous. Are you a good cook? I also like my spicy food. I swear I was a fire starter in a previous life. I love my chili. Well, you shall send me a photo of your yummy food. You might be able to give me a recipe. I love cooking. Sharing's caring. I used to make the hottest chili mussels. Well, eat some chili and it'll warm up over there. Couples, what's going on with you guys? Yeah, I love spicy food. Yes, I used to be told I made the spiciest chili mussels. Yeah, people would like sweat under their eyes, and I would just be eating like, this is really nice. See, I've trained my palate. I can't drink candy wine either. That's just gross. I'm a Cab Sav, Chardonnay. Probably not even Chardonnay these days. It's probably a bit sweet. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Look, my kitchen, if you saw my spice drawers, you would laugh at me. I have drawers full of spices. I cannot live without my spices. I make anything from curries to, you know, European food, Indian food, Chinese food, Mexican. I love my cooking. Okay, couples. Now, you're moving into an energy in January where you're going to have to take your power. You don't want to, but you're going to. You don't realise how strong you are. You do have strength, and for some given situation, you're going to have to be the strongest in the relationship in January. This can be because your partner's fatigued. It can be for many reasons, but I'm feeling like you're going to have to step into your power. This can be about owning your truth, or being truthful to yourself about what you're wanting out of the connection or in a road that you guys are moving towards. This could be directly connected to work and you actually supporting them emotionally through a situation. You know, your partner's feeling a bit lost. It can be that they lose their job. It can be that they're just, you know, emotionally feeling very down, very lost, and you're emotionally supporting them, and that's the strength between you. Now, it's going to be a change for the better whatever happens. That's my Wix account notifying me. Thank you, lovelies, for visiting me. Okay, whatever's happening, it is going to be a change for the better. It might be that, you know, you're not wanting to do certain things. You're not wanting to take over, but it might be that you actually need to. It may be that you do need to step into your power because it feels like you do and then you retreat. Be very careful with that. This is going to make them cross, you know, that really you stepped up in what you said, but then you retreated back because their energy is thinking, well, why did you stop? You know, I need you right now. Why are you doing that? You know, the change is for the better, and there's great love between you, but it feels like there's a bit of an imbalance. Now, it can be emotionally that you don't feel ready to do certain things, not necessarily that there's not love, but that you don't feel ready emotionally to do certain things. This could be taking it to the next level. This could be you sending mixed signals. You're trying to be fair in this situation, you know, but there's definitely a delay. You're putting it on hold for a minute, whatever decision this is. Okay, they may wish to move. They may wish to have a choice made, and you're pausing it and they're not liking it. They don't want the stagnation. They need forward motion. Now, it may be that you guys are very frustrated in January, where you wanted a lot to be completed in 2017, and things didn't quite come to fruition. It would have been because of Christmas and, you know, birthdays and things like that. Felt like direct delays directly connected to cash. That is going to change, but it's going to apply a team effort. With that team effort, it is possible, but I do feel at the moment there is a delay. Your partner is getting cross because they want to see the change. An aspect of that is you have a connection, right? But your partner's, you know, not wanting to do too much. They're feeling that they're doing too much. So there's some things they don't want to do. That feels what's in highlight. What they're not wanting to do is what they're wanting you to do, and you need to address that and look at if you can. Some aspect in strength, you don't feel safe. You don't know whether it is safe for you to be strong, and you're wondering, like, am I going to be penalised if I show my true colours? They feel that by you not showing your true colours, you're deceiving yourself. So it frustrates them. It's like 1 minute they're seeing your authentic self, then you're reserving it because you're feeling it's incorrect, and you're hiding it again. So they're getting very frustrated by this. Now, what you're not putting your efforts towards, whatever the subject is, they know that it's not due to a habit. They know it's in the mind, that it's a block connected to the mind. I'm going to pull a chakra card on that. Now, you guys may have been a bit cold towards each other and then come back again. You might even be paranoid that your partner is thinking of someone from the past, and it's being shown they're not. Some of the aspect of what they're going through might be directly connected to child-related issues. Could be wanting children, can be their childhood, or could be a direct child or children. Family. You guys might be twins. I'm not sure though. Everyone will be different. You need to forgive your partner or an ex for something that was done at an emotional level. Now for you, you need to speak your truth. You're not being honest, connected to something and how you feel. Because again, is it owning your power? Because then you've set something out into the universe and you have to actually physically own it. Now, in an aspect of your assets, your partner doesn't care about their assets. What they do is not for assets, it's for stability. Now, something of this stability changed around Christmas. And spiritually, it changed them as well, okay? I'll clear these up and pick 3 cards from the animal totems, and then I'll take some questions and wish you a great day till tomorrow. But it feels like confusion. Whatever this is you're dealing with, I feel communication's the key. But Virgo, you guys need to know. No, it's not the twin flame reading, love. The twin flame reading, look, all of us, different zodiac signs, will have twin energy coming through. So if this is your zodiac sign, you need to take what is directly relevant to you. It can be the way you're looking at something is. I will be doing the twin flame video. That'll probably be in about 3 days. Otherwise, you can book a reading. The other video that is up is directly relevant for now as well. There has been new energy coming through. But I will be doing another twin flame video soon. But you always look at your zodiac signs, and then for your spiritual aspect and blocks, you look at your twin flame video from me, or whoever you directly connect with. Guidance for couples. What do we need to know? You're not speaking your truth because you're trying to avoid, you know, an aspect of a trigger. So, you know, you're not telling your true story of what you're wanting and what you're fearing. And in order to have that deep connection, you need to open up. Is there a different way to order a reading? International dialing. There are video readings, there is email readings. There's different styles on there. There is a box depending on whether you're on your phone or the computer. The computer's easy to use. But there's a little thing in the right corner you click and it'll show you all the different styles. There's Skype, email, video, SMS for Australia. Telephone readings. Remember, if you're booking a telephone reading, yes, drop down box. That's it. Thank you. The drop down box. Now, if you're paying for a telephone reading, you're going to need to choose whether you want me to call you or you call me. Now, it will say you call me. Remember, that means you have to call me. My contacts are there if you have any queries. Basically, when you purchase the reading, directly through your email box. So if you're doing an email reading, it'll go straight to your email box. It'll ask you for all the information. The purchase will go through. You'll get a notification and a reminder of the booking. So you get it's all done through PayPal. You get a notification. You can pick your dates. You can pick your style of reading and the time. And that email, generally there is a time phase of when that's available. So you need to read the criteria on there. I won't go into it in the Virgo reading. But there is a box that you actually click and it'll be a drop down menu and it'll have the different styles of readings. And again, if you're confused, go through to the website, you know, and you can ask me a question when I'm on there. I can help you. Also, there is a little section above the booking box which does do the time conversion. Now, it's a link that'll take you away from the website, but it can give you an idea because everything on the website is Australian time. So if you need the conversion from your time to my time, it lets you do that so you can have an understanding of what time I am in Australia and what time you need to book for you. So it's done Perth Western Australian time, remember. Any questions? Okay, an aspect of your story you're not telling because you're scared of a blow up. And something is going on with your partner's family or their opinion of family and their roots. But a trigger in them is coming up as a trigger in you. Joy of family. Gotta love the family. Any other questions, lovelies? Virgos need to use their throat chakra. How do you differ from a twin flame to another? You do vibrationally know. Look, you'll have people that are... You'll know if it's just sex as well on a separate subject. You will intuitively know. You know, emotionally speaking, if someone disconnects, yes, it probably is. But then you can move through that to take it down to a vibrational connection. Now, with a twin, on a separate subject of a question, you know, you'll know who your twin is. But your karmic who comes into your life, if you do end up having a karmic, not everyone does, they will, the closer you get to union, will be very similar to your twin. So, okay, all Virgo questions for this point in time, because I will be doing a twin flame video. We'll try and keep it directly on Virgos. Friend or a foe? I'll find out. I think they've stuffed you over before. So I think you actually know. I feel something's happened before. Watch them. That's okay. Yeah, you've had that happen before, so just keep an eye on them. Yeah, I'm getting a foe too. You know it. Yeah, don't let people play you. You always follow your intuition. If, yeah, you've had it happen before, so just call them out on it. I can see a building. It's an old building. I'm seeing something transpired before. Might even be a warehouse. Could even be a work or something. I'm not sure. I mean, showing a building. No. Just dodgy. Two-faced. Next question. As Jen says, because I want to go for a smoke. You're most welcome. Poor Virgos. They're not in danger by us. Most welcome, Justine. Virgos have had a very hard life. They just learn differently. They do things differently. You're going to have one with me. Yeah, journeys are different. We all have different journeys. My sister's a Virgo. She's very quiet. You know, she internalizes her things. So she does her growth in a different way. It's not to say she's not growing. She just does it in a very different way. Her expression is very different to mine. I'm a huge communicator, as you can see. I'm a gas bag. Yeah, hibernation has been probably in 2017, but it's not to say the work hasn't been done. It's been an internal... Oh, you're making me jealous. It's been an internal kind of job they've been doing. Some of it, very much, they've been feeling very afraid of what the future holds for them because they're not believing in their power. But the power is there. They do have the tools, and it's due to a previous situation of a trigger, you know, that has been blocking them, you know, from speaking their truth and doing what they need to do. Well, that's good. You've moved beyond that energy then. Sometimes we're further ahead. Okay, Justine, the type of work you're looking at, is it directly outside the normal place of work or field of experience? Because I do feel that what you're looking at in some shape or form is totally different. It does feel as though it's a different field. Is it a different sort of field of work? Yeah, yeah, no, it feels fine. It feels, it does feel totally different. Initially, it may be less money. there's creativity directly connected to it, and I don't feel it necessarily has to be creativity. It might feel the vibration causes a vibration of creativity. There can be travel directly connected to it as well, and that might be on a basis of external training, but it does feel different. It might be even for the interview process, for the induction process. I can see an aspect of travel connected to it, back and forward a few times. I can see something relevant to school as well. So learning something, or in a school environment, could be. Just feel some aspect of learning. So what sort of job was it? If I may ask. If I can be, was it? So it was in a school? There you go. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, education, healing, you know. I was seeing colours, so that can be your chakras, that can be, you know, your spiritual sense being grounded. And yeah, travel as well. So some of that aspect might stem out, you know, into different areas and not just in a 3D building. It could actually be at different locations. I mean, some people that I know that are life coaches, you know, move out into Reiki and kinesiology, and do actually travel for that. They travel and they go to holiday destinations and take clients to that. So it could travel into something different. Any other questions before I go, lovelies? Has been a long day, but enjoyable one. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. My twin's probably going to kill me. I know, I got 4 hours with you, Jen. Jeez, it's like we're sisters, isn't it? That's okay. Oh, look, just because we're connected doesn't mean to say we're not doing work. We have our good days and we have our bad days, trust me. And it's like you feel like you're a yo-yo. And that good and bad can be on one given day too. I'll probably be doing live more regularly, only because I enjoy the connection, you know, with my clients, and there's no editing. So, you know, it's straight off the bat of the things I'm sensing, for the energy and the information that's coming through. I'm glad you like it. And I will be giving free readings every time it turns over to, you know, the 1,000 mark each time. Journey Drifter. Okay. They're doing a bit of travelling at the moment. I'll have to tune into that one. It's been a while. I don't know whether they're overseas or I feel that they're the outdoor type. Does that make sense? Are they the outdoor type? Because I see travel and sand dunes or something like that. And I don't know. It sort of feels like something happened. Yeah. They witnessed something, I do believe. It is connected to a soul brother, I feel. Now, what happened with them has changed them. Yeah, they're on a bit of a journey. Now, it might be they're currently with somebody in a sense of a very good friend and they're doing travels. It's an emotional journey they're going on. I do feel you'll have the connection with them. On the 3D, you may not physically see them straight away, but remember, in a number 1 year, a lot of us were healing and doing that solo. It's not to say that love and the connection isn't there, but very much we were doing that on the solo. Duality is more so, you know, in 2018. I do feel you'll have a connection with them. I do see a child. Is there a young child connected to this connection? And I'm going to be rude. I have to have my smoke. I'm just fanging through it. I'm sorry. Is there a child directly connected to this situation? I can see a little girl, I'm feeling. Yeah, I can see, yeah, the youngest one I'm seeing. There's a deep connection to you and this younger child, and it might be a name or a birthday or a connection. She may actually be spiritual. She may actually have the third eye open where she makes connections to you through her dreams. I feel she's actually guiding her parent back. She is an aspect of healing for him, and when he looks at her, it does remind him of you. She looks like you. I hope this helps. Any other questions before I go? She's very pretty. You're most welcome. I know, so bad that I'm smoking on live YouTube. I've had a long day, okay? You're lucky I'm not having a drink. I do better readings when I drink, and apparently you're not supposed to do that, but my readings are fantastic when I do have a drink. I saw one of the other readers, I've forgotten her name now. She's very eccentric, and she was drinking a glass of red wine. Just loved her. Of course you're beautiful. Okay, beautifuls, have a very happy new year. I will get on to the next readings tomorrow. I will do a snippet video as to, you know, which zodiac signs I'm going to do. I'm going to tune into it tonight. I'm not going to state which ones I'm going to do because it's going to be what the energy is coming through. I'll give you a heads up when I'm going to be on and, you know, what ones I'm going to do. And you never know, I might even do them tonight. I'll wait and see. I'll see how I go. But I've done 4 so far today, so I'm going to have a break. And I will see you all either Australian time tonight or tomorrow. I don't know yet, but I will give you a heads up when I give the snippet video tomorrow to give you a heads up which zodiac signs are coming up. But they are going to be recorded for the rest of the zodiac signs over the next few days. So I might get back on again and give an update as to the fact that tomorrow I will be doing, you know, more live readings, and that I will give a notification of what time that will be. So I think that will be fair, so we're all on the loop. And apologies that all 12 zodiac signs aren't up here, but this gives us an opportunity maybe to, at the end of each reading, you know, get a reading ourselves if there's something coming through and I've got time. And questions, of course. So I hope you enjoyed this. I do wish you the very best, Virgo, and I hope you have, you know, a very, very good New Year's. That's a crow. Yeah, someone said it was a baby the other day. It's a crows. Australia, you know, has crows and that, and they're very loud. I do call them my babies, but they're very noisy. Okay, guys, Happy New Year. Happy January. I hope everything goes well for you, and just go easy on yourself. And I will talk to you later. Love yous all. Bye.